Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age of Empires 3 replay. Well, on the north side as the blue French, we have Kdestrinumeut, still butchering his name, and stealing that local doggo's food, you monster. And on the bottom left side as the red roost, we have a foreign name. What about, not necessarily a plus, it looks like more like a cross. Am I crazy? It more looks like a cross than a plus to me. This is more upwards. Either way, red does kill off some local doggos and steal their experience. Some dipek of person with wings. What is a dipek? Dipek of a person. Dipek? Depiction? Dipek? I have no idea what that actually. I don't know what that word is. Am I crazy or am I stupid? Or am I both? Probably just stupid. Either way, when it comes to the natives of the map, we do have the House of Witten to give access to the Trabant and Saxon Cuirassier, and the House of Wittenbach, which can give you access to some mountain troopers and Shrevelugers. Also some yodelers. Will spawn more mountain troops along your way, so it's better to go for that one as soon as you can. And for this big button here, significantly boosts cavalry and shock infantry armor. That could be useful. It depends how much it is. Then now I got the wood trickle not being brought in and more villagers. We have a deck selected, a foreign name, wood trickle, food, wood, Streltsy, new order regiments, Cossacks, Boyars, Trula Arms Foundry gives you 2 Grenadiers, 1 Artillery Foundry, Fencing School, Reformist Czar, Coin, Streltsy Combat, Ransack, Infantry Attack versus Building increased by 50%, Cavalry Combat, Cavalry Archers, Sovina, Grenadiers, Falconets, Grenade Launchers, Streltsy Horde. Each blockhouse will do one-time muster of 5 Streltsy, and that will be affecting both new and old blockhouses. And it's like an auto queue of 5 that spawns pretty quickly as well. So if you deploy a blockhouse out, but you don't have the population, it'll just simply hold that in reserve for you. Also gives maximum range attack as well. Heavy fortifications, Portiar's toy soldiers, which affects recruits, Portiaks, and Grenadiers. Factory. So we got a Streltsy Grenadier deck with Cossacks and reserve for it early on for harassment. Relatively strange deck. You know, I don't really see the Russians play too often, at least in replays. And we got, of course, a Russian bear to support to win the game. I don't like how the Russian bear's face, those eyes looks weird. It makes me believe it's actually a fursuit. So we got the furry. No judgment. Ignore what's on top of my head. Quartermaster not being plotted out. His opponent's going for the much more creative, the Quartermaster. Market going on up with a house in tow. The bear is unbearably scouting around. Oh, and does take a pot shot against the villager. Striking him for 1 to 2 damage per strike. Looks like 2 damage. Quite an unbearable amount of pain he's suffering. And now I've got a proxy blockhouse moving to pull out the Russian. So looks like the Russian will be rushing. I'll just draw a B right here and rush B. The French player has 2 ships fiddle going for our villagers into wood. And if he sees this blockhouse, I don't think Blue may not be able to see this blockhouse just yet. He has not seen the blockhouse. If he sees a blockhouse, then he actually should cancel the second shipment and go for a shipment of crossbows or hussars. And the Russian is trying to bring in some Cossacks and some Tula Arms Foundry, which also give him a nice artillery foundry up here to deploy on the front line, maintains villager production. Cossacks are like a cheap hussar, if I remember correctly. Everything in the Russian arsenal is cheap. So Grenadiers made the one exception where they don't really have a unique unit. Cossacks are a cheap one population hussar. They are expensive for one population, being 150. They do offer almost the same damage as hussars, 1/3 of the health, but overall they are actually very population efficient. The French villagers are getting hit. They don't have the very fine coat. The very fine coat is on the build queue. We have a hunting doggos, bringing more French villagers. Gang saw great coat, and he will lose that villager there as well. He needs to get around a pikeman. And the hussars are going to be falling back. Got a number of recruits not playing field. The Russian musketeer, they offer less damage, less siege damage, and less health. They're dirt cheap musketeer. And now I've got the 2 grenadiers. And the artillery foundry is going to be deployed way back there, not eyeing to put aggressively forward, which makes it so that if he boosts the blockhouse, he at least has this one across the river. Militia have been deployed on the field. He's going to let them degrade over time. It's dysentery that's getting to them really bad. Not currently deploying out the artillery foundry. He may just went for that shipment there for the 2 grenadiers. Okay, I have a really stupid question. Does the Russians deploy grenadiers in groups in banner armies, or do they just deploy them out normally like everybody else? I don't know why, but I don't know if I remember or if they do or don't. Let's say he does deploy them out individually. I was like, great, deploy on groups of 2. Got a decent force here. The Grenadiers still have good siege damage. The militia should be quickly taken out. The AoE effective grenades would be very effective at that as well. A number of crossbows and musketeers. He could eye for more grenadiers. He has plenty of resources for it. But for round recruits instead. Let's keep the Cossacks back. Now have the house taking some fire there. Split his opponent's formation. Militia are still alive. They still offer good damage even though they're down to 1 health. Now I've got a shipment of a Streltsy to deploy on the field. That would be 13 Streltsy. And now with the Russian player almost a max population, he can go for a round of village. No, he needs to build a house. Unlike shipments, the formations do require full population consumption. Yeah, we have to get his villagers out now. We got 20 villagers for the Russians, 21 for the French. And the Russian player is still not building more villagers. The bear does get shot up by the French explorer. Got 4 grenadiers here. Trying to pop cap his opponent. This destroying that house will not put him pop cap. Grenades are hitting the hussars. It's not a good target. His hussar, he needs to micros grenadiers hit the formations. Even splashing on the militia wouldn't be half bad. Costa's trying to rotate around and hit some of the light stuff in back, or eye straight to the villagers. Bring the light stuff in back, and they'll split them apart in 2 different directions. Musketeers and recruits engaging at range. Streltsy, they're there helping. Cossacks may got some damage on the villagers, but they're falling back now. All the Cossacks are down, so we've got a good number of Russian infantry on the field. Good amount of the French infantry have gone down as well. Oh, so it's a single Grenadier mixed on in. He's some good damage. Grenadiers have 50 range resist. The last Grenadier does go down. Red's Blue's trying to fall back with musketeers. Gonna not quite damage. Chelsea only have 14 range, not exactly for long range skirmishers they are. We got another round of French musketeers from point of view. We got more for the Russians. Some of the French villages also getting killed on off. Got new order regiments can improve the health of recruits Porshix and Streltsy by 10%. Which make their cheap a bit more cost effective in their cheap nature. They improve the health by 10%, but I don't see the plus 10. It must be more or less a base upgrade. Recruits hit points by plus 10%. And as well as Streltsy, I can see they were 72%, so it did actually apply, but no plus symbol there. That's weird. Hussars Temperature 4, got a couple Grenadiers in tow. The bear is moving around, exerting some unbearable pressure. More of the villagers being pulled out. Got a shipment of food as well. Russian players decided to fall back. Villager does go down there. Blue's trading post is going down. Red has every other one, or every other trading trade post, not necessarily native ally ones. One of the Grenadiers who get focused down by the Hussars. Another Grenadier will go down as well. His Musketeers are falling back now. The last of the Hussars will go down. One Grenadier remains. Another round of Streltsy. Army of 30 of low quality crap versus opponent's army of 17. Not so low quality, but overall still not great at the moment. Sensu's could help him out on his crossbow health. And also gives him plus 10% armor, which may not be half bad. Increasing their resistance ranges by 10% is actually quite substantial. Effectively, that will give them not just plus 10% health, you know, effectively along. It will probably in fact improve their health by plus 20, over 20% health there. Probably around 23, 24% health. Barring the fact that Grenadiers do siege damage as well. Grenadiers are classified as a heavy infantry. And since they also classify as siege trooper, the town centers do less damage versus Grenadiers. More musketeers being pulled out and now going to send Suis. Does take out another unit there. House going down. The French player does have some extra spare population if it lose that house. One shipment available for the French. He probably has to go for the ranged infantry hit points, though the economic theories wouldn't be half bad either. One for a shipment of wood, which could allow them to pump out a good number of crossbows, as well as some housing. You have now a stable being pulled out. Both players in H2. The Russian player now eyeing for a very fine coat and the blunderbuss. And now got the defensive school being researched as well, eyeing for some more production of this mass crap. He is going for some Cossacks as well. Its school does not affect the whatchamacallit. Cavalry. You need a riding school for that. This could help out his Cossacks right there. The French explorer is trying to torch down the trading post. Is there any church improvements that are good for the Russian player at the moment? Probably. I don't know what they are off the top of my head. Red's not eyeing to push his way forward. Blue has a defense, needs more of defense, going for more crossbows. He already has consumed his militia. Costa's trying to push around the flank. Musketeers trying to engage. Crossbows engaging the recruits. And the Cossacks will engage the crossbows. Does get some good damage there onto the Cossacks. He probably could have pulled back his crossbows into the formation of his musketeers rather than let them fight and get picked off by his opponent. But he's doing a good job engaging. Cossacks are taking out all the crossbows. All the crossbows appear to be down. All the musketeers getting annihilated. And looks like Blue does back the game now. Is angry at the same thing watching. And on to the next replay.